Yo, 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 it's the Bro Foundation. We here, we live, baby. What's going on?
Now, now,
Profound conversations with brothers across the nation. You got me, mindset. Who else we
Got your
got?
boy Complex Key. You got your boy
Complex,
Complex Key.
you
got
know.
the boy. What's up? What's
Jay
up?
Hunter in the
And
build. We here, man. We live, man. We go. This is what we do, man. Episode 30. Hold on. We're not gonna breeze past that rule. We gonna slow up on that one. You know what I'm saying? We gonna slow it down and put some things on that one real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Episode 30.
Facts.
We've been. I mean, like this is we here. You know what I mean?
Well,
You
yeah.
thought you was gonna get rid of us, but you can't get rid of us, man. Like we here,
Oh, yeah.
we steady climbing, we scaling, we doing what we do, man. Every conversation gets more and more fire, and we just we gonna keep on bringing y'all these heat, this these conversations that need to be had. And yeah, man, shout out to you brothers, man. Peace to Henry. He's still on his vacation. He'll be back next week with us. You know, but yeah, man, shout out to you brothers, man. How y'all living today?
It's good. Figured I'd take this one outside. Feel like it's gonna be a good one. So I just wanted to soak in some of that good energy.
Yeah, I feel it. Matter of fact, let me open these shades up real quick, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all love over here, baby. It's what we've been waiting on for the last couple of weeks now. We've been talking about this one. So
Yeah, man.
yes, sir.
Yeah, this is a good one, man. Yeah, life is good, man. No complaints. You know what I mean? There's never no complaints. It could always be, we can always complain. I look at it like this, man. We can always complain about stuff, but we can always also look at things in a positive way, in a positive light too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like things could always be worse, but you know what? Things could always be better. But we gonna make sure, like I said, we gonna look on that positive light, and like I said, no matter what, man, life is good. That's why I look at it, man. Like life is good. Life is good. So yeah, just living, maintaining, like A Boogie off Paid in Full would say. That's one of my favorite phrases: living and maintaining. You know what I'm saying?
Living and maintaining.
Living and maintaining.
Maintaining.
Okay.
So yeah, man, we just gonna we sent out the link to the people, so whoever wants to join in with us, we'll get them in here if they decide to tap in with us. But we just gonna get the conversation started, man. We gonna get the conversation going, and let those who decide to tap in with us, let them tap in. But so this week we're gonna talk about, like I said, chivalry. Is it
Yeah.
dead? If it is, who killed it? Is it women's fault? Is it the men's fault? Whose fault is it? Is it a mixture of both? What's the deal? What's happened to chivalry? What's happened to, I guess you would say, men courting women, and taking things into their hands, and like I said, basically making sure that the woman understand. I guess you'll say, I don't want to say, you want to say chasing. It could be chasing. It could be whatever you want to call it, but just men courting women, men taking the initial stance, letting the woman know that, hey, I'm interested in you. I want us to go. I want to see where things can go. Yeah, I mean, how do we feel like it's going nowadays? Because we see a lot of posts out there, a lot of commentary out there that chivalry is dead. Men ain't being men no more. So we just wanted to tap in on this topic because we felt like it's a good one. It's a current events kind of a topic. So we just
Yeah.
wanted to speak on it, and just see where everybody's you know see what everybody thinks about it. If it is dead, then who killed it? If it's not, then you know what are some of the things that's still shown that's being represented. You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess we just start from there, man. How do we feel that chivalry is, in this day and age, this current society that we in, is it still around?
I want Jesse to go first, man. Jesse like to hold his tongue, man. We be talking outside of this, and I need to hear Jesse's perspective, man. Go ahead, get your shit off, young man.
All right, homie. I like the introduction, the extroduction, I should say.
Yeah.
I feel like it is there. The biggest part for me, I can't put no I can't put no finger on is it the male fault or the woman fault, but I will say that is the internet. The pressures of the internet can cause a lot of this disturbance, because when you think about whenever we was coming up, we didn't have all this technology that we have now. So it was like the male being creative. We had to be creative. I can remember having a pack of Winter Fresh gum in my mouth, dog, and I had my paper and my pen. I'm going to get on a chick. I'm going to see what's up, like trying to see if I can find someone. And it's like, when you look at the dating scene now, you look at when you go into restaurants, and there is no more conversation, man. Everybody's on their phones. Nobody's paying attention to each other. There's nobody like it ain't no opening no doors unless valet doing it. So it's kind of been brought up to where it's like even with the women, I look at the young girls now, and some of the examples that they see is that, oh, you gotta go get a BBL, you gotta change this, you gotta change that in order for a male to like you. You have to, this the only thing that you can have as a young lady to like represent that, to get money and to make sure somebody take care of you and this and that. So it kind of like put the pressure on the male too, that work the 9 to 5s, that's trying to be interested inside of that female. And it makes it harder for that male, because it's like, damn, like now I have to feel like I have to compete instead of us just getting to know each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting to know the person that's like, trying to live that fairy tale, and I really feel like the internet has caused a lot of damage, man. Like, even sometimes with myself, I have to slow myself down sometimes, because whenever you strolling up and down, you see certain cats with different cars and different this, and represent that power, that alpha male that we was talking about weeks ago. And it kind of like makes you like go into that fairy tale world sometimes, you know what I mean? So you could put yourself in that place where it's like it's pretending, So yeah, man, I really feel like the internet has a lot of damage. It had brought a lot of like, different challenges for people to like cope with life now, because it's like simple dates are not simple anymore, because like I said, ain't nobody it's like what kind of car you drive, or what kind of job you have. You're not making 6 figures, you're not doing this, and and it's kind of hard for you to move forward, because it's like, oh, here we go again. You know what I mean? If you don't have those type of things, we cannot converse, or we can't be together, so I feel like that's a big major part of it.
Yeah, and even what to add more to what you said, like with the internet, it's like we watch, we look, we're entertained by the lifestyle or whatever they project as their lifestyle to others. So it's like that comparison aspect. And it's like, what good is that if you're trying to compare your lifestyle to someone who's living a lifestyle or putting on the front of one, and it ain't even real? You know what I mean? So we all know comparison is the thief of joy, or you know what I mean, whatever the actual phrase is. So it's like
that's it. That's it.
Yeah, like what good does that do us as a community? So again, with young men, if they feel like they have to have a certain type of lifestyle because society or social media world has not created this platform, and then because that's what's been put out there, now the women feel like, okay, he gotta have this, he gotta have that, or I'm not messing with him, like Jay Hunter just said. But then on the other end of that, the women are getting fed these lies about, oh, natural bodies ain't in no more. You got to do this, and it's all these new dating things and these you know what I mean, these events that's going on just to bring people together. But it's like, I mean, if you really want to go back to, from my perspective, a lot of this it got bad around COVID, because COVID forced us to be quote unquote antisocial in my eyes. And now all we really could do was social network. You know what I mean? We could socialize, but it was through a network system. It's through social media. So nobody could go sit down and go eat no more and have those conversations. Nobody really was FaceTime unless they had like family across this country or something. Nobody was really sitting down and just having those vibes. So don't let you be a person that's suffering with like depression or social anxieties. Now you just in your box even more. But on the dating aspect, it's like I want to see what's to this woman right here. And I want to, I'm interested in her. She looks like a nice young woman. In the back of a lot of men's heads, they are now wondering, is this just a date? Or is she just here just for the food? Is she actually interested in me? Or did she just come here to get something to eat? Because again, the way that the social world has now portrayed what this looks like, we can't even take y'all to Applebee's. We can't go to Cheesecake. So if I can't, as a man, if I can't introduce myself as who I am and take this courting space slow, because again, we may just be talking. I may not want to date you. So for me to date you, it's like I want to exclusively deal with you and you only. But in that talking stage or whatever you want to call it, as I'm getting to know you, I don't really know your true intentions. So I have to be able to get with you in person. That's where it gets tricky. Because again, now that we in person, we ain't got COVID no more. Everybody had these PPP loans. Now everybody got money. I don't know if you genuinely interested in me. I don't know if you genuinely actually are looking to date for marriage, date to be in a serious relationship, committed relationship, or are you just out here trying to use men? So it's so many different factors, to be honest. But like I said, I will say, back when COVID first really hit the fan and we had to distance ourselves, that kind of started it. But if we want to go a little bit deeper, there was other social platforms that enhance that while we were on that separation, that now it's like, not only are we not by each other, now I get to see what I like. I'm here in Washington, but oh girl, she's in wherever, New Jersey, and she's on this certain website that now gives us access to certain things that you wouldn't have access to. So it's just like, what's the point? But again, we can go all day. We can go all day.
Well, we're gonna get into it. We definitely gonna get into it. You know what I mean? Like we go dive deep in this one. My personal opinion, man, like, so I will say, um, social media as a whole has kind of made it to where it seems like, chivalry is a thing of the past, because like we said, like you guys have already kind of spoke to, everybody wants to keep up with the Joneses. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody's talking about, this big lifestyle, this lifestyle, doing this, doing that. And like I said, we all know what social media is. Social media is a fallacy in a sense. Social media it's not really real, right? It's not really real, but it's a lot of people fronting on there like they living bigger than they are, like they're doing more than what they really are doing. I mean, we can see all day like a lot of people with all this money and all these bands. It's probably motion picture money, like we talked about already in the chop up. It's probably motion picture dollars. You know what I mean? It looks real, but if you got close up on that money, it's gonna say made for motion picture only. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not really real. So like I said, yeah, when it comes to social media, you can probably say that, yeah, chivalry, that whole idea of, courting a woman, you know what I mean? Because now it's just about, you know what, boom, let me hit her cash app with a quick 1,000 just so she can see how I'm doing things. Oh, and then by doing that, she's gonna answer the inbox. Oh, what's up, Daddy? How you doing? What's going on? Such and such and such. You know what I mean? That's gonna be the response. But you coming out the gate, hitting her with a rack, who's not gonna respond to that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what woman's not gonna? I mean, there's some women. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. But like the women that we see on social media, popping their stuff. You know what I mean? Doing the bad bitches, if you want to say, let's keep it, because that's what they be. They call themselves I'm a bad bitch, you know. them be the ones that respond to that. You know, they got, like you said, they got the BBLs, they out there twerking and doing their thing online. But a lot of that is competition from the next woman. Like a lot of us men don't even really truly want that type of woman. You know what I'm saying? But these women see other women doing that, and there's some guys out there that want that type of woman. We ain't gonna lie and act like none of us want that type of woman. But for the majority of us regular dudes, I'm a regular dude. You know what I mean? Right now, we gonna say I bust a 9 to 5, 9 to 7. You know what I'm saying? Like not even an 8 hour day, 9 to 9. You know what I'm saying? Like I be 12-hour days some days. You know, let's keep it real. 5 to 5, whatever it may be. But for the most part, we don't want that type of woman. We want a good, solid, decent woman. But there's some dudes out there who live that different flamboyant type of lifestyle. They want that type of woman, and so that's what kind of gets bolstered on social media. But I'll say this. I'll back up and say this. To me, so in real life, I don't feel like it's dead. I feel like you are what you attract, right? Like you have to, the energy that you put out is going to be the energy that in a sense that you receive. So yeah, like I said, I feel like on a world scale, on a social media scale, on what we see online and stuff, yeah, it probably is dead, in that light. But to me, in my real life, I feel like I attract good energy because I put out good energy. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even give those type of women the time of day. The ones who out there, doing they thing, you know what I mean? The bad bitches, so to speak. That's not even who I attract. I don't even give them the time of day, you know. BBLs, the lashes, the big fake nails and all that kind of shit. Nah. Okay, it's cool when a woman can, does her nails and keeps them nice and all that kind of stuff, but not that flamboyant shit. You know what I mean? Not the 3-inch eyelashes and the you know what I'm saying? Like you said, the BBLs and the sheen and the Fashion Nova outfits and all that kind of stuff. Nah, I like them chicks that shop at Marshalls and Ross and TJ Maxx. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Macy's every now and then. You feel me? J.C. Penney's. Where them ones at? The solid ones. Lane Bryant's. You know what I'm saying? I like a thick chick. I ain't gonna front. Let's keep it a buck. I like a little meat on them. You know what I'm saying? Torrance. Where they at? You know what I'm saying? But them are the type of women that I attract, and a lot of times they're respectable women that you can court that have that good, solid, and decent energy. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? So like I said, I feel like it's the energy that you put out that is what you're going to attract. And speaking about when it comes to online and stuff, a lot of that stuff be fronts to go viral. Like you see the list, like you just talked about. We can't really go to Applebee's or the Cheesecake Factory and stuff like that. But I guarantee a lot of those women who make those posts about these lists just be fronting because they want to go viral. They want to get that viral energy, I guarantee I can still take you, we can still go to Starbucks on a coffee date or whatever. You know what I mean? But you so busy trying to get traction online, trying to get views and clicks online that you put out anything. And that's part of the problem. Like just kind of going back to what we said, the internet, online, social media has really, changed the in a sense the outlook or just the shifted the paradigm of what's really real nowadays. There's some of the stuff that we see online that I can't. It's like that's just for clicks, man. I guarantee that you know, like you see, you'll see the ones that they'll be they're at dinner or something like that, and she's talking, you know, he wanted to pay for my dinner. What's going on? Whatever. Later, you come to find out that they're in an actual relationship and they've been together for 3 years. They trying to get clicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so what? It's hard to really realize what's really real anymore. You know, so like I say, there's a couple other things I'll go over. You know, we'll talk about as well. But I just think really that a lot of the stuff that we see online, it's not real, man. And it's hard to decipher what's really real or not. You know what I mean? And so I feel like, you know, there are a lot of still real good women out there that want to be courted, that want to be that want to allow us men to be chivalrous towards them. I can't. So, and I'll say this is the last one, you know, before we kind of go back on, you know, around. But it was crazy that, like, there are some women in line. I mean, in real life, because that stuff seeps to reality. If it's gonna, it has to. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. It's going to seep to reality. This one chick was surprised. Like she told her friend that I was still I opened, you know, she was like, you know, what's up with Tyrus or whatever. Oh, he's real cool. He's a gentleman, you know, open my doors and something like that. And she was like, open your doors? What? Is he a simp or something? He's weak with the whoop. Like, because I'm open, because I'm a gentleman. I don't let a woman touch. I don't let women touch doors around me. Women don't touch doors around me. Like, that's just it's just not going down. You'll get she'll I don't touch that door. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I move. You know what I'm saying? We're walking on the sidewalk. You on the inside, I'm on the outside. We're walking up the steps. I'm behind you. We're walking down the steps. I'm in front of you. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It definitely does seep to real life, but the ones that I attract, because it wasn't the one that I was seeing that had something to say about me opening the door. It was her friend, you know, which I didn't give her even the time of day. I mean, maybe it was because I felt it or not. I don't know what it is, but the one that I was talking to appreciated it, because she if she didn't, she wouldn't even, you know, he opened my door and whoop this, because that's what real men do. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, like I said, just to kind of wrap it up, man. You know, on this turn, I really feel like it's just really about the energy that you put out. If you're not a woman that is putting out that good, decent, solid energy, that should tell you why you're not getting truly courted and men aren't being chivalrous towards you, because you're not representing that energy. So to the fellas out there who are doing their thing and still, you know, being gentlemen and courting women properly, keep doing your thing, man. Don't let this internet fool you into thinking that women don't appreciate it, because real women do appreciate it.
Yeah, it's real. So, you got something, Jess? You about to say something?
Go ahead.
Oh, dog. So when it comes to it, what, and it's kind of like I'm throwing a wrench out there, just because we talking about chivalry. And we can keep this one short, but it's more just to uplift it a little bit. What's your thoughts on these women that be posing to these men? it's like the total opposite of what chivalry looks like in our society, because we are the men. We have to lead by example, so to speak. We have to lead so the women feel protected, and then they'll, you know, in our understanding, they'll become submissive. However, in the last maybe 5 years, maybe a little longer, we've seen a little bit more of these proposals, and women are getting on their knees and they're now seeking the men and asking the men for their hand. Tell me, brothers, what is y'all thought on that?
I think Tyrus, I'm gonna save the best for last for Tyrus. I'm gonna go first, because I'm itching to hear what he got to say, because that face he just made. But anyway, I'm gonna say one thing, bro. I'm not a real religious guy, but I always heard over the years of my course of my life, when a man find a wife, he find a good thing.
Find a good thing. Right.
So when he finds a wife, he finds a good thing. So that's an indication to me that the man is doing the searching, the man doing the finding, the man is the one that's supposed to have all those things in place. And then, you know, my father always taught me, you know, make sure you have somewhere for your family to go. So you're the head of the house. So make sure you have a place to live. So that's why, like, a lot of this stuff that I kind of wish that I would have waited on, because when I was ready, and now you can enjoy the fruits of your labor a little bit more. You get what I'm saying? So, but to answer your question, I don't personally feel like it's right. It almost kind of shows a sense of desperation to me personally. Um, it's to the point where it's like, you know, if you have to go to that extreme, and I know you love him and all that, but if you had to go to that extreme for him to like notice you in that state to marry, and he don't have that on his brain, period, like you just save yourself some, you know, some embarrassment for one, and you know, and you know, I understand like you might be loyal to him and everything, but I don't feel like that's not a place for a woman. You know, I might get backlash for that, but I'm just saying, because what I'm saying is, you know, that what the good book says, you know, a man found a wife, he found a good thing. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
And before Ty jump in, just to add a little bit to that, I'm agreeing with you. You know, when a man finds his wife, he finds a good thing. So how did you get there? How did you get to the point where your woman is on bending knee? That's a whole different type of understanding of what we've gotten to in the society aspect. It's wild behavior. It is wild to me. However, not even however, I just don't understand it. Like you said, I just don't see the point in that, because as a man, when you lead in, that's something that I think most women do look for. A lot of women do look for marriage. However, as the man, it kind of changes the stereotype that we not really ready for that. You feel me? It changes that stigma that we can't step up to the plate and really, you know, buckle down. Again, we know our grandparents probably stayed married way longer. Yeah, they had distractions, but they could get married at 18. They've been married until 70. So it's a whole different era, whole different lifestyle. But I couldn't dare see myself allowing that to happen as a man's man, and then taking away that feeling that I have, the preparation that comes with it. It just seems like we allowing too much. And again, that's a whole another topic. But it just become a little bit like soft. We allowing too much things to be a norm where it don't even make sense, man. We messing up the cycle of life. So yeah, I'm not here for it, man. I'm gonna keep it simple.
Man, I think that that's the lamest thing that you could ever do. And it's not on the woman either. I mean, it's a matter of, you know, it's like we talked about a few weeks ago with, like you said, just with the alpha and the beta male. That's the most beta male you could ever do, is let your woman propose to you. Like, I understand, like, and I'll keep it a buck, man. You know, because I've had women approach me, and you know they'll be interested in me before I even notice them or before I even say anything, and that's cool. That's a different, you know. But once it's established that y'all are feeling each other, then the man has to take over the reins. You feel me? I feel like it's important for the man to be like, okay, I'm glad you said something. You know what I mean? You notice me. You know, I was kind of feeling you, but I wasn't. You know, whatever. Because we got to be careful as men nowadays, and you know what I mean, before, you know, with us just giving our energy to anyone. Like, it's just not smart. Like, you can't just give your energy to anyone. Rejection is a real thing, and it's not cool to be rejected. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to be rejected. You know, so we're gonna say that. But if a woman speaks her mind and says, you know, yeah, she was feeling you or whatever, and y'all start talking, it's time for you to step up. It's time for you to say, okay, boom. Yeah, I'm the man in this situation. I mean, you're not gonna say it, but it's just the things that you do, the way that you start moving. So to allow a woman to, like you said, it shows a bit of desperation. Like if that man wanted to truly marry you, he would be the one on bended knee. You know, no woman should ever do that. I'm not a religious man either, but I definitely agree with you know what I mean. He who finds a wife finds a good thing, and that's facts. You know, I think it's the weakest thing of that to allow, because it just shows who wears the pants in the relationship. It shows who is the alpha. It shows who's the one who's in control of that relationship. And as a man, if your woman gets on bended knee and proposes, you're the chick now. You're the female now. You're the woman now, B. You wearing skirts now, B. You know what I mean? Like that's just real. No woman should ever be the one to do that. It should be that man, you know, because we know it don't take forever for us to know. That's why, like, a lot of times, if I'm not ready to settle down, like if I'm not really ready to find my like for instance, right now, let's keep it a buck. I'm not in the place to get married again, because if I when I'm ready, that's who I'm looking for. My wife. I'm not just looking for some chick just I want to be with for the next 2-3 weeks or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, or months. You know, whatever. We as men, we know it can almost be instant. Yeah. We see that woman. Oh shit! I could marry this one. It don't take us too much time. It don't no time at all. Like, of course, it might be a physical attraction off top, but really, it's an energy that we feel. We'll see one, be like, oh, and if we ain't ready, we bag back. Like, oh no, I'm bag back off this one, because like I know if I give her my time, attention, if I give her my time, energy, attention, and my money, if I give her access to my team,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna run with it, because we know, like, it don't take us too much for us to know. I knew right away when I see my ex-wife. I knew right away. I want her. My cousin, the same thing. He's my cousin by marriage, but when he first seen my cousin, he knew automatically, like, that's gonna be my wife. And he made it happen. You know what I'm saying? It took a couple years or whatever, but they got married. We know, as men, we know when we see her and we feel that inside, we know. So if it takes a man if it takes a man to let the woman do that, to get on bended knee, he don't want you. He don't want you.
Exactly.
Y'all ain't gonna be together too much longer after that. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I truly feel, and who knows, some men might just, you know, hey, do that, and you know, it be that's their life. But to each his own. If that's how what it takes for, you know, you to get married, you know what I mean? You need your woman to get on that bended knee, on some boys and men type shit. Hey.
Yeah.
Hats off to you.
I agree. I agree with you 1,000%.
I can't do it.
Yeah. I agree with you 1,000%, bro. Because it's to the point where there's, like what you said, you know, it's like the man gonna know that. He's gonna feel it. He knows it. You know who your bride gonna be. So if you have to influence me to marry you or this or that. Oh, it's been 12 years. We need to tie the knot. It's like you need to really like look forward to other things because it's like it might not be that person for you. You know what I mean? So if you don't have to force it. To me, that's what it is. To me, that's what it is. It's for you forcing it. You
Yeah.
forcing it. You're trying to force somebody to love you, to marry you, and he might not even be there mentally in his own mind, like wanting to get married or anything like that. So having that conversation with him beforehand, before you save yourself some embarrassment and stuff like that, like find out where he's at mentally towards that situation, like marriage and kids and all this other stuff. So you have to look into that. You got to invest in that because that's what we do too as well. Before we choose you as our bride, we have to invest and see where your mental space at with it and see if you really want to get married. Because some women might not be ready to get married, you know, or they might not like you like that. You know what I'm saying? So you have to know. You have to know. But like you said, Ty, men, we gonna feel it. We know. We know it's like that's what it all boils down to. A man found a wife, he found a good thing because that he was attracted to her. He had a good motive towards it, like, okay, this could be my future. And we know those things, and we gonna handle it. If we love you enough, we going to get down on one knee and propose to you. So you don't have to worry about that. You know? But if it's not, and it's been 20, 30 years, I mean, you're gonna have to come on, man. You gotta question it, you know?
2030 is tough.
That's
come on, man. Yeah, as soon as Junior get out of college, we can get married. Come on, man. Like, how you gonna keep believing that same lie, bro? You can't do that. Don't do it to yourself.
So it's safe to say we all on the same page that if we got daughters, ain't no way in hell they proposing to no men. Oh, that's for damn sure. But I'm gonna throw another one, man. And I know it's one of them topics that we've been wanting to talk about.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get into it with this whole social media aspect and how, we have access to women all across the world with a click of a button. It's just what it is. You know what I mean? Whether your intentions is to talk to them or not, that's just what this world has come to. However, again, since COVID, a lot of things changed. We done lost a couple of establishments. And if we going into the night lifestyle, strippers don't have the same access. Well, in some states, they didn't have the same access to being able to strip freely, make their money wham to wham. And then they created, well, not them, someone created OnlyFans. OnlyFans has took us by storm. Rather you got your feet up, rather it's your eyes, I don't know what else they do. Everything under the sun has now become a thing. From your personal opinion, personal experience, friends' experience, do y'all think the enhancement of OnlyFans has that now tainted the chivalry of men, tainted the dating, aspect and relationships, or has it just been what it is?
Absolutely. I think it's they offer everything from the eyebrow to the toenail. You know what I mean? Like I definitely feel like it's tainted everything on every level because you think about it, just like you said, it was first, the porn stars, or not even necessarily porn stars, but the ones who were stripping, already living that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Those are the ones who initially got to OnlyFans, right? And then that kind of, and we talked about this on other, when we were breaking down when we were going to talk about this episode, eventually that trickled down into the regular woman, the regular working class 9 to 5, because they seen how much money was being made through the OnlyFans. You don't have to go to the strip club to be a stripper. You don't have to be a technical stripper. You could be in your own home, in the privacy of your home. You can rock a mask or whatever. If you got a banging body, you know what I'm saying, you can show out, and those women who didn't necessarily want to be in the strip club, but they wanted to, it was, because a lot of this stuff, I mean, it was out before OnlyFans. OnlyFans just made it easier for women to and basically more lucrative for the regular woman to show their ass. Because before, you had all kind of websites that were just, out there so women could be liberated and show their bodies and, not feel, constricted by everyday norms of society. That's why Twitter was so big already. Twitter was already a big website because it was one of those websites that you can go in there and show your ass and do whatever you wanted to. But then they actually made a website where people can just send a link and you can post pictures and people will send you subscribe. You know what I mean? So they made that regular woman, that everyday working class woman, like, well, if I ain't gotta go to the strip club, I ain't gotta do all this. I ain't even gotta show my face. Oh, boom, and I can get how much money? Oh, bet. It made it easier. It made it more accessible. You know what I'm saying? So that I feel like that has definitely changed the whole when it comes to chivalry and when it comes to just everything. Because if all I gotta do, so we can go on a date, right? And I can pay to take you out and we go do this and go on trips and all this kind of stuff. But then you go home and you showing your ass to the average Joe Schmo American for $5 a month. And I gotta wait 2-3 months to see all that because you keeping it from me. You ain't telling me you got the link. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you go home after the day and you post up, do all kind of different things, and you making all kind of gobs of money. But then, like I said, I gotta wait 1, 2, 3 months just to even sniff. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it real. And then all of a sudden, you tell me, like when we start getting, in a sense, getting serious and getting real, you tell me you have, if that's the case, but let's say you do that, and you tell me that, I just want to let you know that I do have a online site that, whatever. How am I gonna feel about that? How am I gonna feel about that? Like, so let me get this straight. We 3 months in, and I ain't really got to feel a titty, but you showing all these cats
a little bit of
everything. You know what I'm saying? And so of course I'm gonna feel some kind of way. I'm probably gonna be done with you. Honestly, I'm probably gonna be done. Because I don't care what nobody says, man. Like, no man wants a woman that every other man has. Oh yeah, I didn't did my thing to her. You know what I mean? Like I didn't seen everything, whatever. No man wants that. No man wants that. If you do, hey, like I said before, more power to you. But for the majority of us, that's something that we want to keep that we view as sacred. So if we out and about and cats is talking about they whispering or whatever, like, or coming up to you, oh, I don't want to interrupt what you got going on over here, but I subscribe to your OnlyFans and I just want to let you know I'm a big fan. I'm one of your biggest tippers, whatever.
Hey.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. So yeah, man, I definitely feel like it's tainted the whole idea of chivalry to a degree. And that's why I say, like, it's not necessarily, it's both of our faults, men's faults and women's fault. Women, when it comes to that, yeah, that's your fault. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of it falls on you. But the men who are paying up to do it, you know what I mean? That's on us.
It's on them because
Yeah.
with us they're paying. So
yeah.
they not like us. They may be like them though. They like them though. They not like us.
And it's funny, like, and I use that song. That I didn't really realize that. Like, I use that song in the video to you know what I mean? Like, they not like us. That's funny. That's funny.
That's why I said it.
Yeah, that's funny.
What did you say, Jay?
Oh man, I'm 100% with Ty, man. You know, it is dead, bro. You know, it's to the point where, just like what we was talking about with the OnlyFans thing, and I had a friend, I had a homeboy, you know, he went through this particular thing, same type of scenario. And he was feeling this chick, you know, feeling her, and they knocked it off. They was cool, you know, they was talking for about a good 2 months, you know, or so. And he had discovered, you know, he slipped up on it some kind of way on Snapchat that she, you know, have a OnlyFans page. And he was like, man, I don't want to overreact. She maybe be showing her feet or stuff like that, but it was the OnlyFans. That, you know, it was the real deal.
Yeah.
And yeah, to the point where it hit him hard, man, because for one, you wasn't upfront about it, you know what I'm saying, letting them know, you know, and that's what we was talking about last week, about that representative. Like you bring in your other part, your other side, you know, the person that you want to, you know, oh, she's all this and that, or he's all this or that, you know, but that other person that you go home to, that's who you are when the lights are off and when you know, when nobody's around, that representative, that person. So he was heartbroken, bro, because it was like he thought that they was, you know, they hit it off pretty well, and they was gonna have like a little future or whatever together. They was talking real thick, but it's just a matter of like not falling into the peer pressure. And the crazy part about it is that we are, as people, we get more peer pressure now than we ever did ever before. Because like when I was coming up, whenever somebody tried to get me to do something, I thought about that ass whooping that I was gonna get when I get home. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't peer pressure me or punk me into something that man, mama gonna whoop my ass when I get home. I'm not about to do that. But now it's like it's like I'm my own grown man, y'all your own grown man, they own grown woman. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. And do you. I'm not saying not to, but it's just to the point where that peer pressure, we fall into that peer pressure, and what it does, it causes you to make decisions that you don't even pay attention to right now. But like even, man, like even when you go and apply for these jobs, man, these people looking at these websites and stuff that you are into, dog. So you have to make sure that you are a couple steps ahead of this, man. You know what I'm saying? They looking at how you living. They looking at what you're doing. Like even the feds, everybody looking at what you're doing. Like is a given. So we can't hide from this technology, but we can be in charge of how we conduct ourselves as people. So we can, like, I can't help the fact, like you said, Ty, earlier, I can't help the fact what was instilled in me as a young boy, how to have manners. You know, my mama taught me all the time, a woman shouldn't even have to touch the garbage. She shouldn't have to touch the gas tank. And she shouldn't have to, what you said earlier, it was one more.
Women don't touch doors.
Don't touch doors. Exactly. Number one, you know, so that's what I instill in this little boy up in here, man. He's 8 years old. He go every time his mama go up to the door, he running up to the door and grabbing the door, opening it for him. I'm gonna still teach him that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna teach any boy that's around me that you do this for your elders, you do it for people, and we still have good citizens inside the world. I'm not calling anybody bad, but I'm just saying, like, we still can conduct ourselves as good individuals. And that's what we have to remember. It's the morals. We just got to go back to the morals so we can bring the chivalry back. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, just understanding that calls of respecting yourself and that person, man. Just out of respect, hey, man, I got an only page, dog. Like, let me make that decision to stay or to leave or to, you know, let me make that decision. You feel what I'm saying? So, but I can always say that you was real about saying what you had to say because you just was upfront about it. So don't let me find out that way. You know, if you do have it, like I said, do what you got to do, but, you know, don't get mad whenever you can't find this quote unquote great guy or good man that you're looking for, because that may be something that pushes them away.
Yeah. And I don't want to keep going too deep in it, just to drop my little 2 cents. And on top of the, just the change in pace, how this world move, which, everything is so fast, I kind of blame the music industry, because when do we not see naked women on these videos? It's almost in every video. And then you look at it like they have now glorified these women for doing nothing, just having a banging body. And now they setting the standards of what they expect from us. But it's like, all y'all doing is getting on videos and dancing. Y'all entertaining us with y'all eyes by y'all looks and y'all bodies, but y'all don't really have a talent. Now, again, I'm not taking away the ones who do. They just got their door, they foot in the door, and then opportunity led them to now make some moves. Again, if you wanted to be a video vixen, by all means, but you still can have talent. Strippers used to go to college. That was the whole, the duo thing they was doing, because it was just something to get them through the door. But again, in the music industry, it's so publicized, it's so glorified that it doesn't matter what she look like now. You know what I mean? Because if, like y'all said, them BBLs kick in, that's all that matters on the video. Now these women looking at the other women to glorify that body. So some of the music industry has influenced that as well. And again, with the music industry is more populated by men. So we now giving them these open doors and these opportunities to now put themselves out there, at least in that world. So now outside of this, oh, you know her from this video, but if you go on her page, you go on that one video vixen page, you go see what she got going on, she probably got that link in her bio. And again, whose fault is that? Again, she herself made that page on her own. But like we said, the glorification of the lifestyle that comes with that, all the money that can come in, all the endorsement deals that can come in, is just easy. Again, we ain't working warehouse jobs no more. This era don't want to work and put in no physical work. It's just how it is. But that also plays a part in now, like, y'all want everything so fast, this microwave type of lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And for the women and men who kind of still want to take their time with it, we got to weave through all of that to figure which one is which. But it gets boring. It gets not even boring. It gets tiring. And it's just like, for what? What is this all for? Because if at the end of the day you is trying to court a woman, you want to show her a different version of you, you got to just make sure that you actually willing to put in the energy and she's going to give it back. Because that's the part that I look at. Like, we can court a woman all we want. We can go out our way to show a woman who we are. But if they're not in the space to receive it, you can be the best person for them. They ain't in the position to receive it. And that's just what it is. So that's the short version. That's the short version. We gotta do better as a community though too. You know what I mean? Solution wise, we gotta start promoting, like, hey, you can be an engineer, baby. Talk to our daughter saying like, hey, you can go be a professor at Stanford. You know what I mean? Giving them different type of open door opportunities, taking away that iPad so they don't see all this social media stuff that's not just going to mess up their brain. But again, now we're trying to control them too much. Now we're doing a little bit too much in their personal life. We're not letting them grow. So it's so many factors that go into it. But at the end of the day, like you said, the real question is it dead? I don't know.
And I think, man, like, it's two things. One, you have to be, like we talked about this, but you have to be what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if I'm a man and I'm out here entertaining 3 and 4 and 5 different women, I got OnlyFans accounts, I got all these other different, accounts where I'm paying to see women get naked or whatever. But I'm talking about I can't find me a good woman. Why is that?
You fishing in the wrong pond,
because
my brother.
I'm not being what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? But so if you say you want something, you gotta be that. Like, if I'm looking for a good woman, I gotta be a good man. I can't be out here entertaining multiple women. I can't be out here pulling, like I said, pulling up 4 or 5 different You know, I'm subscribed to 5, 6, 10 different, you know, OnlyFans accounts. You know what I'm saying? Jerking to their content every night or whatever. Nah,
Or
I'm not. You said what?
I said even porn. You
Yeah,
know,
or two. That's what I'm saying. But I can't be out here doing that and think I'm gonna find a good woman. Nah, I gotta be. If I'm looking for a wife, I gotta be a husband right now. I can't think that I'm gonna find a good woman and then all of a sudden I'm gonna change up these traits and then I could be a good. Nah, that's not how it works. It's the same thing with women. Like if you out here talking about there ain't no good men out here, you can't find you a good man. Well, what are you doing in your life currently that is preventing that energy to find its way to you? You got an OnlyFans account. You got all these. There's a few other different websites that I've seen them on. You know, but you got one of these accounts and you know what I mean, you showing your ass online and you getting money for showing your tits and doing all this kind of, but you wonder why you can't find a good man. You entertaining 4 and 5 and 6 different dudes that you don't really want to give the time of day of. You really don't, you know what I mean? You just playing with them, you know what I'm saying? But you can't find a good dude. Well, that's why. If you really wanted to get a good dude, you would be out here, you know, you wouldn't have all these different energies around you. You wouldn't be out there posting your ass online. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be out here doing all these type of things. You gotta be what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is it's like it's David Chappelle, man, he said it best. He was like, it's the uniform. Like say if the analogy he gave was like, say what if I'm walking down the street and I'm in a cop's uniform and then all of a sudden I'm not a cop, but all of a sudden you got somebody coming up to me like, oh officer, I need your help. Somebody robbed, you know, somebody jacked my purse or whatever, or somebody, you know, and then he gave, you know, he replies back like, what do you take me as? I'm not a cop. That's not my job. I don't do that. Well, you're in a cop's uniform. Of course, why would I not think that you're a cop? Like if you on the street and you're, you know, you somewhere, you got your titties out and you got a short skirt on, you got on this and this and this and that, why would you think you wouldn't attract that same type of attention? You're wearing a hoe's uniform. You might not be a hoe, but you're wearing a hoe's uniform.
got uniforms now.
but you know what I'm saying? Like that's just the analogy that he gave, but it's like it makes complete sense because if you get upset, like say you got on you got a skirt barely past your thigh, you know what I mean, like in the middle of your thighs, and you got your titties out, you got on high heels, and you got on this, you know, fishnet stockings or whatever. But then a dude walks up to you and is giving you the business and talking to you like, "What's up, baby girl? What's going on? Let me get it." What you think is gonna happen? Look at the way you're dressed. Like, of course, there's times and you know places for that to a degree, but let's keep it real. If everywhere every time you go out somewhere and you ain't got no clothes on, you half naked, but you want a man to respect you and approach you respectfully, is that really gonna happen? Nah, it's not. This is like I said, it's just about being real. You know, it's about being real about our expectations and the things that we want. And once we realize that we have to, like I said, we have to be what we're looking for. If I know I'm looking for a good woman, I can't be out here entertaining all these different women. I can't be out here, you know, giving out community D. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep my joint in my pants, be about my business, be about my goals, keep going forward and focusing on the things that I'm trying to accomplish. And along the way, the woman that's for me will appear, or I will see the one that I feel that can complement my life, and I'll approach from that point. Still, making sure that I keep my goals in line. But like I said, for the most part, you want to let that shit, you want to let her appear.
Yeah.
Because, like we all know, the woman's energy can get us off key, off center, and if we're not careful, we could fall to the wayside. That's why it's important for you to get your stuff together first. Get your goals, and you don't necessarily have to be 100% to your, like, I want to get everything done, and then I'll go. But you at least want to be in position and know that, okay, I'm in a position to finally fully succeed. Before you start entertaining a woman that could possibly be your future wife or whatever. You want to make sure that you are at least in position to make sure that you can take care of that woman. To at least know that you could, offer her more, more value. That's important as a man. That's what we, like, that's because we can get, women are such a big distraction, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. That's why I think we spoke to it before, and I ain't like here. We know how, like I say, how it is in other countries, certain countries, like you look at Muslim countries, how all you see is their eyes. The women stay covered up. That's not to disrespect them. That's to show. That's just them appreciating and knowing how powerful the woman's body is when it comes to a man. Like we can get weak when it comes to when we see a woman's body. Like, we're naturally drawn to them. Like we can get discombobulated like no other when it comes. Like, say if we see it's like, woo.
Not to cut your wisdom. To say though, just to touch on that part where you say respect. We got to do a better job as well to not sexualize the women, all women, if they are dressed a certain way, because that has become a thing where, again, we can use it as a social media conversation, but just in life, women wear what they want to wear, and they should feel safe wearing what they want to wear, not where it's very provocative, but still feeling sexy and elegant. They should be able to wear that without feeling sexually harassed. We have to do, as men, we got to do a better job at respecting that part of it. I'm not saying, again, they should be out here with their titties out. They got on fishnets and they skirts. We can see everything underneath. Yeah, now come on, baby. You're not respecting yourself. How you expect anyone outside of that to respect you? But again, as men, we can't allow what they wear be a reason where we be like, oh, I'm gonna come at her some kind of way. Because like you said, we won't in certain cultures, we won't even approach, like you said, a Muslim woman, because we probably don't even know how to approach them in a way that follows their tradition. But in America, every woman feels like they can wear their clothes to whatever they feel they want to wear. By all means, that's your body. But that don't give us the right to be like, oh, you a hoe because you wore that.
And it's not to say that you're a hoe because you wore that, but what I'm saying is just a matter of like, it takes a strong man. It takes a man that's operating in his higher self, as we always speak about, to fully acknowledge that. But we 100%. Know here in Western culture, a lot of men don't think are debased to that lower self, and that's the problem. That's the problem right there. Is that we in this westernized culture, and it's almost like the fact that there's been agendas to put that in place to where, a woman like wants to, like, say, the liberation, to feel liberated, like, oh, my body, let's show my body. That's I get it. I truly understand it. But it's like I said, you know, when it comes to Eastern cultures and things like that, it's not disrespectful. It's not being disrespectful, being that they have their bodies covered up. That's just showing the power and the strength of that of that culture, understanding how powerful that woman's body can be towards a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's showing the utmost respect. Like, yo, they know that we as men are weak. We can be weak when it comes to seeing a woman's body and not being able to control ourselves. You know what I mean? So why leave all that to? Why put ourselves in that position where we going only the husband is going to be allowed to see this woman's body? Like I watched a video the other day when this Muslim couple, she was talking about how her husband felt or reacted when he seen her, when he finally was able to see her face and her body for the first time after they got married. And then they cut to the video and you thinking that we gonna see like, okay, we gonna get to see this woman. No, we still didn't get to see this woman. They just showed her like over here off to the side and his reaction. Like we see his reaction, but she's off camera over to the side. And he's like, oh, wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful, such and such. But and then they cut back to the other part of the video when it's just them two next to each other. But we still didn't get to see her body. Like, that's how much they respect the woman's body over there. And granted, yeah, I agree. We should definitely be able to, we need to make sure that we keep ourselves intact. But it takes a strong man, it takes a high level thinking man to be able to see a woman scantily dressed and not move to his lower self.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It takes a strong man. And we know, like I said, living in the society that we live in, a lot of these men over here, a lot of these men is weak. A lot of men is weak and will be moved by anything that they see sexually by a woman.
Yep.
And that's the unfortunate part. That's the unfortunate part that we, you know what I mean? And like we just kind of spoke to how the internet has kind of exposed all that. Because we see women across the country, across the world, every which way. And it's unfortunate, man. But we as men, we definitely have to make sure that we aren't like I said, reducing ourselves to our lower self. Anytime we see a sexy woman and you know thinking that you know well, she's not a hoe because she's wearing that. But I'm just saying as far as like on a spectrum. There has to be some. Bernie Mac said it. It's a man's job to respect a woman, but it's a woman's job to give him something to respect.
Yeah.
Flat out.
Let us have an imagination of what that may be like, of what it may look like. But like we said, social media, and that's the scary part about raising kids in this world, because they can see it all. And you go into the iPads, phones, and filter all of that out, or just don't let them have access to it all. Now the kids see it. And that's another conversation, because that even leads them to having insecurities at 12, 13. Now it leads these young boys to feel like, oh, I can make 100,000 because I'm scamming, all these other lifestyles being portrayed. But that's the other part of it too, that we don't really talk about enough. Not us, but as a whole, like that propaganda. So like you said, if you give us something to respect, we ain't got no other choice. You know what I mean? Again, we have a choice, but if you giving us this to see, I don't know nothing else other than what I see. So
yeah, you put two. And this is I think Brother Ben X gave this analogy originally, but I seen it somewhere online recently. I'm like, that's a great analogy. You put two lollipops next to each other, one unwrapped, one fully wrapped. Which one you think the ants and the bugs are going to gravitate towards? The one that's unwrapped, the one that's showing everything, the one that's, you know what I mean? The one that's wrapped up it's still a good looking sucker, but it's not gonna get all the attention. It's not gonna get all that negative and bad attention because it's protected.
Okay. I'm about to throw a wrench again, man. This is fun. I'm gonna throw another one. Unless y'all got something.
Nah, that's what we're having this conversation for.
Exactly. Okay, let's turn the tables around. Can men be as sexualized or thirst trapping as women? Because again, we got this hoochie daddy era, right? And I feel victim. I work out. I done bought some shorts with undergarments underneath.
Mm-hmm.
But do y'all feel like there's been an increase in men again sexualizing themselves? Where it's like it ain't just chivalry, ain't just one-sided, right? Because me personally, when I'm thinking about chivalry, I want a woman, I want to court the woman,
Mm-hmm.
but I also feel appreciated that, okay, maybe I took her out 2-3 times, right? But she still has the interest as well as the effort where, oh, he took me out this time, he did that. I also want to return that same gesture. That's chivalry because it's not a one-sided thing. Now, again, we as men should lead in that. We should take the initiative. But it goes both ways when you're showing that interest, because now that interest is going to lead into effort. But when we are now 6'5", beard, shirt off because I work out every day, do y'all feel like it's any different? Is it a double standard? Because I see that too. What's your take on that? Because again, we all know women appreciate a good looking man. He don't have to have a beard, but maybe maybe his complexion. He's that brown skin, Kofi, I think his name is, or he Idris Elba, Morris Chestnut looking brother. Just chocolate, nice smile. But again, his demeanor and his body may be what attracts women. He got his shirt off on all his posts. Are we any better by doing that?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. But I gotta agree with Ty because I gotta bring it back to what he said earlier, and it's all about you and how you. If you deliberately doing these type of things, you knowing, hey, this is gonna draw this type of attention to me, that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Basically, because now you got to understand, just like what Ty said also, the attraction part of it is going to bring the people. It's going to bring the females. And if it's the wrong type or is it the right type? You know what I'm saying? So that's something that person has to be aware of, what we wear and what we do, because like he said, we ain't bringing that term out to call anybody that, but it's just like, but if you dress a certain way, a man might crave that the wrong way. You get what I'm saying? So it's going to be to the point, or a woman see you without your shirt on, your hoochie daddy shorts, you doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't wearing no, what I'm saying, you trying to get all that attention, they're going to be attracted to that. So you have to be ready for what comes with it. You get what I'm saying? Because now you're trying to get the buzzers off of you, while he's like, man, these women crazy, these guys crazy. No, this is what you were attracted whenever I saw you like this. You get what I'm saying? So it's just it's just a sense of awareness, man. And it's all about like what you trying to persuade, what person you want to be, what representative you bringing out for yourself. Now, like you said, you might be comfortable doing that or this or that, but it might be like offensive to somebody else, or somebody might take it the wrong way. It's like, hey man, like he's showing flesh, so I think he about that. That's what he's about. You know what I'm saying? He's a sex symbol. That's what he's gonna do. And you might not even want that. You know what I'm saying? But in a sense, that's what they looking at, and that's what they think that it is. So a guy that's modest going to a gym, trying to do the right thing, you know what I'm saying? He might not attract that attention. That's what Ty was bringing out earlier. You know what I'm saying? You might not attract. So we attract the attention that we want. Either it is attention or is it not attention. So it's kind of like that. You know what I mean? So like I know like not to wear gray sweats. My wife don't like me wearing gray sweats.
I gotta say something about that. Yeah.
So,
I don't-
you know, what out of respect to her, I'm not wearing no gray sweats. You feel me? Because they're gonna draw attention to me. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And it's like, hey, you know, that I understand it. I understand what's your logic on that. So I'm not gonna wear gray sweats. You feel me? So that's where it boils down to, man. Like that's what I look at with that whole situation. You know, just the fact of knowing yourself, don't follow the crowd. You know what I'm saying? But if you do gonna do that type of thing, just understand what's gonna come with it. You know what I'm saying? That's just basically it.
Facts. That's exactly what I mean. We know what we're doing. We like say, you know, we like you said, you know, if you hit the gym and you know you're proud of your gains over the past few weeks, you know what I'm saying? So you want to hit the waterfront or something in the tank, or you know the hoochie daddy shorts, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, or you want to hit Target up with the white tee and the gray sweats on, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know what we do when we do that. We look at, you know, not necessarily we're looking, but we, you know, you might make a post with you know what I mean? Like, I'm not just keeping a buck. I done made a few posts with the hoochie daddy shorts on or whatever. And, you know, I might flex a little, you know what I mean? Like, I know what, you know, like, it's like, I might want a few in the inbox, you know, that's going to, you know, make me feel good. And you say, ooh, you looking, damn,
Yeah.
whatever. That's what we
Yeah.
do. But we know we ain't no better that's not no better than what the women are doing. Just, I mean, just to go back to what your question is, no, it's not no better. That's why we gotta monitor what we do. We gotta monitor how much we doing that. You know, like, yeah, we want attention sometime too. You know, it's like, you know, what they say, you know, yeah, I want to be the little spoon sometime too. You know what I mean? Like, tell me, you know, like, but we gotta make sure that we keep it under control, because it's all good to be proud of yourself, to know that you're looking good, and to rock a cool looking outfit, or you know, because you ain't even gotta necessarily put that shit on. But like, you know, like I said, I might rock a little, you know, a tee that's one size smaller to show off the guns if it's summertime. You know what I mean? Like, if everybody's out and, you know, we know the weather's looking good, the weather's good, and everybody's gonna be out, like, yeah, we're gonna put on something that's gonna, you know, accentuate our bodies. That's just what you're gonna do, you know. But it's just important to make sure that that's not all that you're about.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. It's just important that's not all that you're about, you know. We all, like I said, every now and then, yeah, do your thing. You know what I mean? Talk your talk, show your shit, you know, do what you do. But if you got to make sure that's not all that you're about. If every time I see you out and that's all you're doing, or every time I see you posting on social media, it's just a titty pic, or you know what I mean, like you posting thirst traps every single time, then it becomes then that's when it's like, okay, what are you portraying? But to sprinkle it in there every now and then, you know, like I said, I'll sprinkle, you know, I'll throw knowledgeable posts. I'll do this, I'll do that. But you know, every now and then, you know what? Yeah, I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. You know what? Let me post one up. You know what I mean? So they can just to see. You know, let me cast the reel out real quick just to see what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if that's not all I'm about, then I'm cool. Because I know that's not all that I'm about. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, if you doing that all day, every day, you know what I mean, you doing that, then you got to check yourself.
For real. That's real. Hey, I'm the one that be in the gym, so I'm gonna keep my opinion to myself.
Nah, I feel it. I mean, I'll be in there too, but I got to get in there more. I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna hold you. I definitely gotta get in there more. But that's all good. You're supposed to be like. There's nothing wrong with being proud of your gains and being proud of what you've accomplished. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know, I'm just talking shit. No, I'm gonna wear a cutoff shirt. I'm definitely gonna wear shit in the summertime. Just the other day, it was like here in Washington. I ran by the water with a shirt on. Boy, what? I'm not about to wear no shirt. It's too hot for that.
Right.
But I'm doing that because one, I know sun gives me energy. I'm a black man. I want my body to be kissed by the sun. I want to even out this tan. However, I can't now change how I look. I mean, I've groomed myself to be a groomsman, you know what I mean? A man's man, a gentleman. And that just comes with it, like we all said, it comes with the territory. But it's not intentional to be like you said, white t-shirt, gray sweats on a nice day, fresh haircut. Yeah, we not going to Target just to go get no bars. So we know what we doing.
We know what we doing.
You run to the corner store, get a bar of soap. Nah, why you going to why you over to Ulta? You don't do face cleansing. What you doing?
Right.
You know what we be doing. And it's, again, our women know what we be doing. If you got one, women doing, they be looking for. But if you now doing it on a regular for sure, and you publicizing and putting it on, you know, these social platforms, oh, for sure, you asking for the attention. Yep. So on that side, I agree with y'all. If you putting that out there, it's gonna come back. That's just the law of the universe. It's the law of attraction. So if you attracting that, maybe you'll find a woman who works out just like you. Hey, it could be a benefit. If you working out, maybe you go in a workout environment, you're gonna find one just like that. Hey, by all means, that's what you needed, right? That's what you want. But again, if you're not the type to want that type of attention, don't bring that attention to you. So on that one for sure.
And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes
it's all about go ahead.
I was just saying, sometimes it's about putting, you know what I'm saying, casting a reel out. You know what I mean? Like you might be, you know, I might just be in the space to where, you know what, I ain't really been with nobody in a minute. You know what I mean? I might get, you know, can use some companionship or whatever. Let me see what I can cast in, you know, and boom. But like I said, as long as that's not all that you're about all day, every day, 100% of the time, ain't nothing wrong with it. Even like I said, even on the women's side, you know, it's all good to you know, like I said, if you want to every now and then show your body, you know, you didn't hit the gym and got some gains, or you look good in a bathing suit, or you look good in this outfit, these jeans look good on your ass. You deserve that.
Do your thing.
Making sure that that's not all that you're about. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when you if that's all that you're about, you're not gonna get that chivalry is not gonna see your door. It's gonna be on some, you know what I'm saying, some low debate type shit. You know, you're not gonna get a man that's gonna be, you know, if you posting those type of pics all day, every day, that's what you're gonna get. But if you posting, you know, this is the book I'm reading, this is the business that I just started, this is, you know, whatever, you got a mixture of things that you're doing, a man's gonna get to see all of you and know that, okay, this ain't just everything she's about. She's about something. You know what I'm saying? She got some substance. It's all good to show, you know what I mean, what you're working with every now and then. It's all good to show yourself out with your girls every now and then, doing your thing. You gotta be getting sloppy drunk or pissy drunk, but to you out showing yourself having a good time with your girls, whatever you on a beach, you know what I mean, you're on vacation, whatever, you know what I mean, like, so showing multiple facets of yourself, that's all G. But as long as if you're just showing tits and ass and booty, you know, all day, every day on your whole feed, or when you out and about, that's all you know, you got a drink in your hand and you talking loud and, you know, I'm a bad bitch, this and this and this and that. How you expect a man to fully want to court you in a respectable manner? It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, man, it's all about motives, bro. What's your motive? You know, like why you do what you do, you know, and then just like what Cole said earlier, you know, I'm doing this for me, you know, I done court myself into, like, you know, this body that I have, you know, that's your motive. It's not intent for me to go out there and just, you know, hey ladies, what's up? You know, just look what I got, you know, it's like not no braggish thing or nothing like that. It's just all about what's your motive at the end of the day. Why are you doing what you're doing? And who are you doing it for, or who are you trying to impress, or whatever. You might not be there to try to impress nobody. That's a good motive too, as well. So it's all about that, man. So that's just to the point where it's just like not following the crowd. You know, be you, love you, You know what I'm saying? And all the rest is gonna be what it is. You know what I'm saying? And people gonna either like you or they don't, and that's fine because we ain't everybody cups of tea. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? So, but I had grown into a point where I can admire a woman's beauty and not want her lustfully. That's whenever you have grown into maturity, when you can balance the two, where you can just admire her beauty, because we are attracted to the opposite sex. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I can admire that more than me wanting to invest in it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, so that's what I wanted to leave the group with, whatever, the audience with, man, because it's like, just be you, man. Just embrace yourself, love yourself, and you don't have to have all of these different things, because somebody's going to like you for who you are and what you represent and what you bring to the table. And that's just it. And we all got that, so just love you, man. Love on yourself, man. And that's just basically what we trying to say with this whole conversation, it's just understanding you and loving you, and understand your motive. And you can go from there.
Yeah. Big
That's
facts.
real.
And just kind of adding truth to power to what he just said, man. It's just a matter of, you gotta be, like I said before, you gotta be what you're going after. The type of energy that you're going after. If you're going after, you want to have a solid and good relationship. You want to find a woman that's solid. You want to find a man that's solid. You gotta represent that. Me as a man, if I know I want a good woman in my life, like I said before, I can't just be out here doing any and everything. I got to make sure that my life, the things that I do, represent what the type of woman that I want. I can't think that I can be out here wilding out, and then once I get that woman, then I start to represent that. Nah, it's because what I want is not going to come into my life. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be the energy that you're looking for. It's just like when Michael Jackson said, it starts with the man in the mirror.
Love that song.
Starts with the man in the mirror. You know what I mean? Like, whenever I say how I want the world to change, I got to be the first one to start changing that same shit in myself.
Right.
If not, then it's going to keep going in that same direction, man. So yeah, you just got to be the energy that you're looking for. So you want a good, dope relationship, you got to have that good, dope relationship energy. If not, you get what you're going to get.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to end it, man, on my side. Just a word of wisdom to those listening, those who will listen. We got to stop being low-bearing fruit, man. Stop being fruit that everybody have access to. Because, yeah, it's good for you, right? We appreciate some good substance. But if, like you said, I think, Jay, you said it, like, if everyone got access to you, what's so good about it? You know what I mean? So fruit that grow, we all know it's on the field, and it's some of the same fruits all in the same path. Once you get to picking them, you got to handle it properly, take it. But if you hanging off a tree, everybody can grab that. Everybody got access to that. So we got to stop being low-bearing fruit on both sides. You know what I mean? Stop giving access to people or things or environments, however you want to look at it, that don't go well with you. Because once you open the door, it's kind of hard in these days to close it. So yeah, we got to do better. We got to do better. Speaking for myself.
And to speak on that, like, if we are on that tree, don't be that fruit that's on that bottom level. Be one of them apples or them pears or them, at the peaches or limes, lemons at the top of the tree. You know what I mean? Because not everybody's going to be willing to climb to get there.
And
you know what I'm saying? Not everybody's going to be willing to climb to get to that top level. But the one who is willing to get to climb up there, that they're going to be worth it, because they did what it took.
Yeah, closest to the sun, that fruit is ripe. It's ready to go.
That's the good stuff up there. Everybody's going to be willing to get that stuff that's on that bottom. They could reach up and just grab and whatever. They might be able to climb to that first branch and get. But that stuff that's at the top,
Mm.
not everybody's gonna be willing to go up there.
Mm-hmm.
Be that.
Yeah,
Be that.
most definitely.
Yo.
Hey. Yo.
Hey,
Just
man,
what we expected, bro. Just exactly what we expected.
man,
You know?
fire.
Hey,
Fire.
drop the mic.
It's one of them ones, man. Like another one of them ones. We keep having them ones, but this right here, we definitely gonna spin the block on this topic real soon because I mean there's some stuff I didn't get a chance to tap on, but
Yeah, same.
this is another great one. You know, shout out to those that wanted to join us but didn't get a chance to. It's all good. You know what I mean? We keeps it moving regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, we keeps it moving regardless. So we just appreciate any and everybody who has, like we continue to say, continues to watch the episodes when they air. We're gonna keep inviting y'all. So sooner or later, you know what I mean? Like y'all can get in here and get this work.
Yeah.
You know, what Lola Luck say, you'll get this work. You know what I mean? But nah, we just appreciate all support that we get. We still climbing, we still, you know, growing the brand. And yeah, this is another great episode to help us continue to grow the brand. So, like I said, we just appreciate y'all. So, on behalf of Corey Key, Jay Hunter, Mindset, we appreciate y'all tapping in, and we'll see y'all next week.
Yes,
Peace.
sir. Peace.